Welcome back to the channel. I am Niladri Mukherjee. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I practice in Mississauga, Ontario. I get this question a lot as to that I'm not a entrepreneur, I'm not a investor, I do not own a startup. Am I still being qualified for the Canadian startup visa? Well, if you talk about the literal eligibility requirements, it's a good idea to go into the Government of Canada website and read through those requirements, right? But practically speaking, so one thing is the theory and the other side is the practical implementation part of it. Practically speaking, and also keeping in mind the current labor market shortages here in Canada, if you possess these attributes, you will be a perfect startup visa client, and that you actually can come to Canada within the next 6 months with your family on a work permit and then apply for your permanent residency. You have an innovative business idea that is scalable. So what I mean by scalable is that it is not that I'm going to purchase a salon, a chain of salons, and I'm going to create 50 salons. I'm going to have like 100 salons. That's not the definition of a scalable business. Scalable business could be you have an idea, you have developed a software, for example, and that software is scalable, that technology is scalable for you to grow your business and eventually employ more and more people. That's just an example, right? You have to have a scalable business. You should speak and read and write in English. The requirement is very, very low, but typically speaking, if you can speak and read and write well, you should be good enough. If you're in the age bracket of between, I would say, 30 to about 45, that's the demographics that gets most number of acceptance from typical age perspective, right? And lastly, you have to have enough money in order for you to show as a proof of fund, in order for you to pay to an incubator, in order for you to pay for the professional services fee to the consultant that you potentially engage with. Now, sometimes as I get this question is that, well, I have everything, I do not have enough money. Can I still get hold of a venture capitalist who can fund my entire startup visa journey? So theoretically, yes, and practically almost no, right? Because no venture capitalist is like literally waiting for your email for them to be investing on your business just like that. So that's a theory that is just on theory. It does not really work for the most part as far as practical world goes. You have to be qualified first of all, and then you have to pay a good amount of money to an incubator to get the letter of support. You need a qualified consultant to be able to work with you because this is a complex process. You then have to show your enough proof of fund. You have to come to Canada, rent a lease an office space, have to hire a couple of employees, at least one to start with. So this costs money. If you talk about costing perspective, eventually for this complete process to be wrapped up from step A to step Z, you are looking at about 100,000 to 150,000 Canadian dollars kind of an investment. So if you do not have this much amount of money, you are probably not falling into the perfect demographics of the Canadian startup visa. But if you do not have business experience, if you do not have entrepreneurship experience, but you have an idea, you are a professional, maybe you are into the management field, but if you have an idea that you think is scalable, and if you're able to convince an incubator to give you the letter of support, you can actually be in Canada within the next 6 months of starting the process. On a work permit, your wife, your spouse, your children can come on an open work permit, their respective study permits, and then all of you will eventually get here a permanent residency. Mind you, the labor market shortage here in Canada is at all-time high. So it is a good idea to take advantage of the situation if you are fulfilling all those criteria, and if you have enough money to invest, it may be a good idea to take advantage of the situation and give yourself a work permit, because this is an investment that is going to have a significant amount of return on investment, right? So this is probably one such business immigration program that has got many advantages, and that has got the fastest processing time, and most importantly, this is what is working these days. So if you are fulfilling all those criteria, and if you need me to assist you with this process, and if you want me to verify or to check on your eligibility, book a consultation. That is the first step, and I will be more than happy to talk to you to be able to see what could be done. But I have been working in this field for a while. I have been connected with incubators who have been successful incubators. So if you are serious about this process, it does make sense to book a consultation, and then I can act as your single point of contact to help you with your A to Z of your process. Hope this helps. You guys in the next one. Bye now. Cheers.